I think we're good now. So, yeah, we're going back in time a little bit. Quite a significant little bit, in fact. Playing a game that I haven't touched in a long, long time. Long time. Interesting that it still does the little crackliness to it. Bum, bum, dun, bum, dun. Sorry, just dragging a few things across. What is going on with it being so laggy? I don't quite know. Okay, right. You know what? We're gonna just skip past that. We're going for normal difficulty, just because why wouldn't we? Okay, so you hold square to run. Like the way he starts running and goes as like footsteps. It's like they tend to be generated whenever you yourself run.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl? Where are you going? Hey, wait! Stop!
So let's run and follow. Alexa, turn off the light.
Okay,
Thank you.
anytime.
We're gonna play in the dark. Why not? In a 4:3 aspect ratio, it gives us that little bit of space to the side. We may as well. As well as that, yep, I've got my headphones up nicely. Should be a good little bit for being spooky. So over to here. Oop. go. There it is. First air raid siren. Yeah, I was not old enough to play this when I first played this. It was very freaky. Even just that music and everything. Ooh-wee. Creepy beyond belief.
What is this? What's going on here?
There they are. See, how far back can we get? Blocked by a fence. Oh, there we go. I mean, I know what's meant to happen here. I'm aware, but I just wonder, is there any secret wee bits you can find? What's this doing here? Well, not having a healthy life, I'll tell you that much. There we go. There's the death. A very weird and cryptic expression
Was
to
I
have.
dreaming?
How do you feel?
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm alright, I guess.
Glad to hear it. You from around here? Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wait a second, I'm just a tourist. I came here for a vacation. I just got here. I don't know what happened. I'd like to find out myself.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month. Short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me. But from what I can tell, something bizarre's going on. That's all I know. What's your name?
Harry. Harry Mason.
Sybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over. The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements. Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
My daughter. I've got to find her.
No way. It's dangerous out there.
All the
In
more
that
reason to
case,
find
I
her.
need to find her now. Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
No.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it. Now listen to me. Before you pull the trigger, know who you're shooting. And don't do it unless you have to.
Good advice.
Don't go blasting me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
You do best to stay nearby. I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
So, flashlight, yep, take that. Health drink, yep. Someday someone may experience these bizarre events. Hopefully they'll find my notes useful. Oh. So that's a save point. It's like a check-in. Residential area map. Yeah, definitely take that. Maybe I should check for something useful before leaving. Ooh, knife is definitely going to be useful. Yep, take that. And the health. Radio, is it broken? Are you also useful? Nope. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have to resort to using the D-pad. Right, that's just for the... that. No power. That is not the door, it's just a window. Even though it looks like a door.
What's that?
There it is.
Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
Right, how do I... oh. Go to this here, and equip pistol. Right, no. Oh. Okay, how do I... how do I... oh, that's how. So I have to go into a ready stance.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
So, hold right trigger to be able to aim. I can strafe, which is nice. And then you press the use button to be able to fire the weapon. Where could Cheryl have gone? I guess I'll check the alley again. So, we're on Finney Street, the cafe, and we need to go to the alley. So, presumably at this point, we head right, go along this here way, and then we're going around. Ouch. Yep, so that just smacked us one very unpleasantly. Okay, yep, here's the alley. And let's be a little bit cautious. What's our health like at the minute? Ooh, we're injured. So probably about 3 hits to kill us. Really not much. There we go. Okay. I think we need to possibly swap over to our knife. because pistol ammo I don't think is going to be plentiful enough. Okay. Oh boy. That's going to be a problem. Beware of dog. Good advice. How injured are we again? Okay, so maybe about 6 hits to kill us. Hey, it's still doing the Dutch angle. I think it's called the Dutch angle. Let's see. So, are we gonna find that body looking thing? Handgun bullets? Yes, definitely take those. How many does that give us anyway? Oh, we got 30. So if we reload, yep. We have a total of 35 pistol rounds. Is that a lead pipe? Oh, steel pipe. Sketchbook cover. The picture is me. First picture that Cheryl drew in the sketchbook that I gave her on her 5th birthday. You don't want to collect that or anything, no?
Isn't
To
the
school.
sheriff's
Is it to school? So, oh, there we go. That's it highlighted. Okay, so, yep, definitely not going in through there. And let's keep on heading back this way. Thank God you don't take damage from running into walls like an idiot. Despite the fact that is definitely my specialty. Oh boy. We're just gonna try and run. So, we need to go down the way. Nope, we're still on orange. I'm okay with that. Orange health. I'd say one more hit is going to put us into red. We need to try and... Whoop. Okay, well, we can at least outrun stuff. And we're going to see just how... Ooh. Alrighty then. So this way is a definite no. I guess we gotta go down this lane. This gonna tell us yes. So if we go down this entire lane, should hopefully... Yeah, don't invoke the ire of the doggos. Where are we at? Okay, we're still a good bit of the way. Really would have figured for a game of this era, by the time you ran the length of one street, that would be it. You couldn't go any farther. But I'm pleasantly surprised by the fact that it actually does take a little bit of time to get around stuff. Ooh. Oh no. Oop, wrong thing. Right, we definitely need to use it now. Oh no. The lag is not helping. There we go. Come on. So, I need to get it just before it jumps up. Oh, nope. This is where we die. Come on. There we go. Oh, no. Hey! That's it down, and that's it out. We're probably, yeah, we're like the complete verge of death right now. So let's switch over to the pistol, shall we? And see just what we can do with it. Can we go through here? No, is this not? So it's a little bit of a maze. Oop. Ouch. There we go. There's the death. Okay, so I'm guessing there's no checkpointing. So it's just gonna be, yep, in here. Oh wait. That kind of is a checkpoint, basically. I guess we'll try with this here. Oh wow, that's much slower. Probably dealt a good bit of damage, but I think just on the basis of, like, the knife is quick. You can use it to react, I guess, to a lot of stuff. There we go. No. Oop. And perfect. That's flying one time. May as well switch to our melee weapon. And do that. Right, so that's kind of that taken care of. So let's see, up this here way. Okay, yep, it's very difficult to anticipate just where that's gonna come from. Right. So that's us at mostly green health now. And I don't recall, is it? Yep, oh, let's ignore this little section. We're gonna go over here just so that we get the little map bit for it. Lovely. And now we'll run these here ones along. So, come on. Let's keep going. Now, we need to break off, I'm guessing, to the left here. Because if we go down this street, I think it's forcing us to basically do this. Okay. Now, this here, will this take us all the way down to Block Street? this is a point of concern. Because there's two, obviously. And first aid kit. Okay. Let's see. So, 6 rounds, and that's us out after those 6. So we may as well switch to melee. I think it's probably more important we switch to melee, in fact. Over this here way, and we'll see. So, go down here. Ooh, no. Not going down there. We gotta go the whole, like, basically go about as a wobbly S. Right, let's... Yeah, you keep doing your little flying thing. But, nope, you're not getting me. I think I got it instead of it getting me this time. Let's grab the handgun bullets. Right. Gonna take some damage here, I'm sure. And then if I... Yep, stomp that. No. Reload the pistol. There we go. And we are ready. Ready and waiting. So let's make our way over here. Oh boy. If we can run past it, we probably should. This has actually made it... Like, no, we just can't get through, so there's gotta be a building we have to go through, or an alley. Are you... Nope, you're not a building we can interact with. Instead, maybe it is down here at the end of this or something? It's not here. And it's not any of these. So where could it be for us to get all the way down there? Is it this side of the road, maybe? Nope, definitely not. You can kind of see how this inspired, like, don't know if anyone's familiar with the old Unreal Tournament 2004 modding scene, but there was a mod worked on for a long time by, I think the guy was called James Nguyen, or I don't actually know how it's pronounced. It's the Nguyen it's spelled as. I'm not 100% sure, but I have heard it with some pronounced like Twin, and I'm probably butchering it even saying that, but there was a guy that he created the mod Out of Hell, and there's definitely a little bit of inspiration. Like when you see some of this stuff here, it's like, yep. There we go. Health drink. Yep, collect that. Over here we have... Lovely. And can I just... Oh! I don't even need to unequip. I can just, like, press the use button and that'll curb stump it. So, right. So that one took a couple of rounds, and there we go. That's it, curb stumped out of existence. So, right. This is all of this being done. Here we have this. But what the heck are any? Oh. Okay. Doghouse Levin Street. Right. Levin Street. Doghouse. So, Doghouse is going to be in a residential bit. Right. Oh boy. Oh, yep. That hurt. And house key. Yep. No. Let's just curb stump. Oh, didn't need to even. You're just dead. So is this the house? Hey, there we go. So this will allow us to get in and through. Ooh. First aid kit. Yes, please. It's locked. Oh, nice. Got a little save point here. Handgun bullets. Yes, please. Health drink. Yes, please. Refrigerator's empty. A little bit more handgun ammo here. Nothing special. Nothing special. Right, I guess we can save it here and try and continue on. There are 3 locks. So, right, we at that point then need to find 3 keys. So this here is locked. Done our little save. I'm guessing it's going to make us go back out. Right, that'll do that. And if we do that, okay. So there is a point for us. Now we need to see. Hey, Ariella. I'm doing very well, thanks. How are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a nice little Monday and had yourself a lovely little Saturday, Sunday. Well, lovely little Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All of the associated days. I'm guessing you're a fan of games like Silent Hill. Because this here is my first time playing this properly. Like, this is as far as I got about 24 years ago. Because I tried playing this when I was Well, no. I didn't really try playing it that hard. I had a try. Do I know why? I do not know why. I'm going to take a guess you're a graphic designer. And you're looking to do graphic design work. Am I correct? Do you do overlays and things of that nature and all? Is that why? Because that's one of the things I always see constantly on the likes of sort of Twitch. I constantly see it pop up where it's just like, hey, I'm a graphic designer. Do you want like to look at the assets? Saw the creative logo? Oh, right. You saw the little channel icon thing? Yeah. That was one of my mates did that there. I think he expected whenever I was saying it's like, hey, listen, do you wanna like do a channel logo or something? And I was just like, oh yeah, you're like XPC Reaper or something, so I'm guessing it's gonna be like a horror theme or something. Is it gonna be like death? I was like, I want a cute cartoon skeleton in a spacesuit. And he was like, yes. Yes, I will absolutely do this. It's not even like he doesn't do graphic design professionally, it's just like me and him go way back. So I said to him, hey, what do you think? And he created it and a whole bunch of assets. No, I don't actually sort of need designs. I have, I'm very fortunate. I work in a very creative space, in that nearly everyone I work with or hang out with is a musician, a sound designer, videographer, graphic artist, Foley artist, color correction artist. Like, basically everyone I know is involved in some form of media. Which kind of makes sense given that I work in, like, media myself. In a way, I work largely in, like, media royalties. Which, ooh. Okay, so there we go. That's a key there. How do I get across to this? Oh, that's how. Key of Scarecrow. Yeah, I will take the key of Scarecrow. It's also my favorite musical key to use. Yeah, I'll use the key of Scarecrow. Which I guess is the key of Major F. Little joke about swearing for you. But thank you. I will be sure to let my mate know that you like the logo. Yeah, I'm guessing, like, I don't even know. You're like possibly the first one I've seen that's sort of just like scrolling the sort of the YouTube live stuff and everything. Mostly tends to be people I already know. I'm only recently sort of starting out on YouTube and everything for the streams and all. I've been doing it sort of the past year, but then I took ages off of like multi-streaming to YouTube and just had it on Twitch, and I'm now at the point where I'm just like, maybe I should start doing retrospectives on the games I enjoy. So eventually, at some point, who knows, maybe there will end up being something on Gears of War, etc. Ayo, rookie! How are ya? Are ya well? 'Cause you're looking well. How was your Friday? How was your Saturday? And how was your Sunday? Hopefully you had a wonderful time with all of it. Spooky Silent Hill is correctamundo. Oh wait, shite. That's something I should have done. Something I should have done, but I forgot. I forgot to do it. We're going to test out just how spooky dooky this game actually is. So let me just open the Pulsoid app. It's so spooky. I've got the guns out, you know. got that there. It's a little bit dark, so I can't necessarily see what I'm looking for. Aha! Here we go. We have... Ta-da! This is something I should be doing more of with sort of horror-themed games, etc. Is using heart rate monitor. You're currently doing Dino Crisis? Nice! Are you playing the PlayStation version of it? Because I know it's available on PlayStation now. Or are you playing it on the likes of sort of RetroArch, similar to myself? Let's open Pulsoid and get that ready. Pulsoid, ta-da! Scan and hook in. There we go. This should load in any minute now. Let's see, and connected, apparently. So, lovely. Does it show? Hey! You're doing the PC version? Ah, OG style. That's right, I forgot. What do you mean both games? Everybody knows Dino Crisis had 3 games, and the third entry in the franchise was the best. You know? Third entry, that's where it's at. I'm hoping that they're going to continue the sort of momentum they had on remakes by having it lead to a remake of the Dino Crisis franchise. Because that there, I think, could be absolutely great. There are 3 games. Actually, if you consider it, even that's not necessarily 100% true. Because there was, yep, Dino Crisis. I was about to say that. Are you having the audacity that you're going to discount the spacefaring one? You're going to say that the spacefaring one, you're going to say Dino Crisis 3 with its peak, like, pinnacle of game design camera was not part of it? Because I tell you one thing, good sir, I tell you that is the kind of thing that would make me seriously reconsider painting Warhammer figurines with you. Which you need to dig out your old Stormcasts, you need to get the stuff. Exoprimal is... Exoprimal, I tried. I really tried to enjoy it. Like, it was... I did give it a go. And I was just like, this, it's not for me, I guess. Right, what do we got around here? Okay, it's nothing. Wait, it was possible to finish that? That is so concerning, the way he was just sort of stood there going, was like, yeah, look at me, I'm fucking hench. It's like, nope, nope. It had a story. It did. I thought it was... Oh, is it a bit like how you would say it's like, oh yeah, Titanfall 1 had a story. Because if you're a PvP multiplayer-centric game, then at that point, why would you bother having a story? Like, Titanfall, it was a cool concept the way they implemented it, but it was inherently imbalanced for the fact that one group of players would always distinctly have more. Because to be able to play the second part of the story, where you're playing as one of the factions, you had to have beaten, or at least played one match of every mission inside the, what do you call it? Like, inside the multiplayer, leading to the fact that you, on your first match, would be matched up against people, and I mean against, not alongside, matched up against people who had already beat the campaign. It was inherently imbalanced. And Titanfall 2's approach to story was much better. Story fights, boss fight, and everything. I didn't realize that. I also don't know if it was cross-platform. Because I tried it on the Xbox via Game Pass. But, ooh, is this gonna lead somewhere? Nope, that's not. Is this gonna be Broken Road? Collapsed tunnel. There we go. Okay, right. But, you really do like your dinosaurs and everything, don't you? You're definitely a big fan of your whole dinosaurishness. Which I can't really blame you on, to be perfectly honest with you. Dinosaurs are pretty damn awesome. Giving us possibly one of my favorite descriptions of a genre, where I was like, oh yeah, like if Resident Evil is survival horror, then I want us to be panic horror. And I was like, that's a cool name for a genre as well. Too banged up to drive. Oh, you had a health drink. I love the fact that they just advertised them in this here game as like health drinks. But you want to know one of the funny things? You know what was advertised for a long time as a health drink? Lucozade. Lucozade was advertised for a long time as being a health drink. When it was first sold in like, when was it, like 1958 or something? They were just like, oh yeah, it's a health drink. It's designed to replenish lost fluids, and the glucose and energy and everything is really good for you. And it's like, waha! There we go. There's two. Right, come on then, buddy. Hey, hey! Crash landing. And spadunk. I don't know if there's a finite number of these things, or if I'm just wasting ammo every time I open fire on them. A little bit of a important question to be probably considering. So the cafe is down here. We did do the cafe before. But when we came out of the cafe, we initially went to... Ooh. I'll tell you one thing. Thank God this game is set in America, where everybody knows you can just walk up to a random park bench in America and it's just like, oh yeah, there's a box of 9mm shells. Ah, damn it. I called them shells. They're not shells. They're bullets. They're bullets. Sorry, everyone. I did a whoopsie. I referred to them as shells. It's like, no. They are not shells, because they are not used in a shotgun, nor are they used in, I believe, a carbine. Like an old-fashioned repeating carbine. I think those technically used shells, wasn't it? Okay, so we need to find a way into here. Oop. Here we go. Nope. That's not the case. We've got that there, but it's bound to have the stuff in here. If this was set in Europe, then at that point all they would... Like, it wouldn't be quite the same. Like horror games that are set in Europe. You know? In America, you have the serious threat that, like, if your character takes damage or something, it's probably going to bankrupt the character because they'll have to go through medical expenses and all. Whereas in Europe, if your character gets, like, hit, then at that point it's like, oh no, he's been hit. Oh god, what's going to happen to him? He's going to get access to socialized healthcare with some of the best patient outcome results in the world. So, where's the threat? Oh, you're right. I guess the threat is there's going to be a wait time for rehabilitation and physiotherapy, but aside from that, yeah. Video games set in Europe are much less intimidating. That's why every time you see a video game set in Europe, it's always like an alternate future like a far future horror kind of vibe, or it's set during World War II. Because if it was set nowadays, it'd just be like, yeah, things are pretty okay in Europe. I mean, obviously we have problems, but not compared to what there used to be for Europe. Europe used to definitely have a few other problems, which it doesn't have nowadays. Mostly because, well, you know, there was this whole big war, we got rid of all the people that were causing all of the problems, and we kind of... Ooh, gas station, that'll be it. Right. I see where we're going now. I just saw that the store there was purple, so the gas station is probably also going to be purple and going to give us the things. So yes, let's go and find what we can. And our heart rate is sitting around about 90. That's pretty okay. I'm okay with 90 as a heart rate. Let's move this way and see what there is. Have you ever actually watched, there's a channel called Red Scott Gaming. It's a YouTube channel called Red Scott Gaming, and he does a Dino Crisis retrospective where he not only names all of the dinosaurs, like the appropriate names that you should absolutely name a dinosaur, such as Danger Noodle and Chumpy Boy and Big Chumpy Boy. But he rightly points out that Regina is somewhat sociopathic in that she comes across the dead body that's been completely mutilated beyond all recognition, and her whole thing is just like, well, that's disgusting. And it's like, that's not the response you should be giving. Your response should be much more emphatic than that. Okay, so we can't go in there. Let's try back at the cafe just in case someone has decided to drop the key back to us. From the fact that we're able to run along without nearly as many radio signals picking up, it's making me think that the number of monsters in this is finite. One of the things that I do wonder is if they brought back like Dino Crisis or anything nowadays, it probably wouldn't actually be necessarily the same as it was. Okay, so the cafe is like halfway down this apparently. Right. So then, oh, is this the, yep. So, right, the cafe was right there, basically. And, let's see. Yeah, back then it was, like, really super novel and all. Like, this character has pink hair. Can you believe it? The character has pink hair. Whereas when you look at the average city nowadays, it's just like, this character doesn't have pink hair. Can you believe it? This character has natural hair coloring to them. Although in saying that, like, the city I live is very metropolitan kind of city, so of course it would lean into that sort of, like, predominantly there's largely people involved with the education sector around here. Look at that heart rate. It's no longer the funny number. But an RE1 remake style, just better graphics. I could get behind that, but at the same time, I would also probably be more than okay if they decided to go down the route of like an RE2-3 remake kind of style. So this here. Oh, bells. I just saw it say it's like Blue B something LLS, and I was just like, huh? But no, the word is bells. Right, so can we go into here? Algernon? Do you have Asterix and Obelix as well, maybe? My goodness gracious me, where the heck is the third key? Let's see, so. Lion, Scarecrow, and we're missing Tin Man. Tin Man, if I had to guess, would be at an auto mechanics or something. But then again, Lion... Whoop. There we go. Right, you can stump. Lovely. Anything at all down here? I would like this to have something. I never actually did finish RE1 Remake or anything. I have the RE1 Remake HD Remaster, the one that was released on like Xbox One, PS4 and all that. I actually have it now that I think of it because of like PS Plus and all. I have it on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. So if I'm trying to get Platinum on every Resident Evil, that's going to be the trickiest one by far, I would say. Because then I would need to get it for all three platforms. I have also heard that apparently there are rumors that maybe, just maybe, Code Veronica is going to be getting the remake treatment. That's one I've never actually played. But I just need to figure out. So, we've tried where? Let's have a look. So, we got the one by the bridge up in the top right. Oh yeah, I've also got it on Xbox, like, Series X through backwards compatibility. So, I got the bridge one. I got the doghouse one. And RE1 Remake was 21 years ago. That's right! Because RE1 Remake, whenever it was released, was originally on the GameCube, wasn't it? Which I think was also the launch platform for Resident Evil 4. Which is kind of strange to think about. Like, when you consider Nintendo nowadays, they're just like, oh yeah, Nintendo is a family-friendly, happy company. Although, having said that, they need to watch their storefront, because for the love of God, they're just like, oh yeah, we don't want our characters being associated with any kind of adult themes or anything. We're going to keep all of our stuff looking very cute and prim and proper and all. And then you're just like, have you seen your storefront? Your storefront, every time there's a sale, is always just like, oh yeah, based on top discounts and all, the most popular games right now, right in front of everyone's face, is games like... fucking strange to even say, but games like Hentai Puzzle and all. And you're like, beg your pardon? But yeah, those are like what always comes up at the forefront of Nintendo Switch's online store during any form of seasonal sale. This place could be. This could be the one. Nope, it could not. This is going to be the other end of... Yep. But apparently, alley right across the street, yes. And no. Does not contain what we want it to contain. Let's find some stuff. Hey, Maz. I'm going to guess... Well, I'm going to hope, rather, you're okay with just being called Maz. because I don't know if it's meant to be like Imazid or Mazid or Mazidi or something. Hey, there you go. Maybe that could be it. Mazidi, what's up, Mazidi? How is your day? How is your week? Are you well? 'Cause you're looking well. Hopefully you've had yourself a nice, chill little Monday. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing in this game, because I have the lion key and the scarecrow key. Okay, can you... It's gonna... Oh wait, did it come down? It did. Hey Mazid. Admittedly, like, it's the sequence of letters just made me think it's probably like Mazid or something. But I've probably not done it justice. I'm not very good at pronouncing names. You know, I can do alright with Irish names or something. Like if your name was Grania or something, then at that point it'd be like, yeah. Like, I can pronounce Grania, Siobhan, Owen, Neve, Fanula, Podriggin, Podrig, Kaelin, Coltonel, all kinds of different ones, just because I work with quite a variety of Irish people. The one that always throws me is the one that you get over here, which is Deirdre. Because some people pronounce it as Deirdre, some people pronounce it Deirdre. And I pronounce it where the frickety frack is the third key. But hopefully you've been having yourself a lovely week, and more importantly that you had a good weekend. Arabic, I did wonder, it's more often that you see that sort of sequencing going on with names in sort of Arabic language. Well, no, not Arabic language, like countries with more prominent Arabic population. In Northern Ireland, we don't really have that prominent of one. Ours is largely gathered between... Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Are you, I'm guessing, you discovered this because of Silent Hill. And I'm guessing you're a fan of Silent Hill. Which, I don't blame you on it. It's a wonderfully spooky series. One of the things I will say is, for the love of God, object conveyance. Ooh, and we got a follow from Pionzilla. Thank you very much, Pionzilla. Hopefully, Pionzilla is not a reference to you being the Godzilla of Pyongyang. Although at the same time, being the Godzilla of Pyongyang, that would also be, you know, something. If I was gonna have to name a North Korean wrestler, I would absolutely call them the Godzilla of Pyongyang. That would be like the best wrestling name for a person to have. I talk a load of old shite, in case you're wondering. Yeah, that's something that I just tend to do. Largely because half of my blood is, I don't know if you can quite read. It's Monster Energy. But, wow, nice one, Streamlabs. Nice one. You're taking so long to welcome our boy, Ibn Azid. Can't believe that. Apologies on behalf of the Streamlabs bot there. But yeah, I have two of the keys here. Two of the keys. I have Lion and I have Scarecrow. I'm wondering, so there's 3 locks. So at that point, where the heckaroonie is the Tin Man key? And I can't actually find on the map anything saying here's where. So we've got the market there. We've got that there place. We've got... Because we were able to go into one of these things. We were able to go into the cafe. We haven't been able to go into Algernon. Haven't been able to go into some of the other ones. We were able to go into the convenience store. We haven't been able to find a way to the gas station yet. So, doghouse key we acquired. We acquired the key for the lion up by the bridge. Tin Man key is... Maybe we just didn't search thoroughly enough whenever we were up by the car. So let's give that a go. Let's see if we go on up to the car, can we find this third key? Because that is one of the things that I'm going to seriously have difficulty with, is finding essential items in puzzles. I'm one of those people that generally has difficulty with object conveyance, even when a game lays it out pretty well. Like, object... Or, not object, objective conveyance, I guess, is the proper thing. It's basically where a game signposts you. Sometimes you'll hear it called, like, signposting, but I think in, like, sort of a lot of analytical spheres, they refer to it as, like, objective conveyance and everything, because it's the game trying to convey to you the objective. So it'll be something like, in modern games quite often it'll be like, oh yeah, so you'll have a quest marker that points you to the correct place. But you will also, in some of the other places, have things which aren't just objective markers. They might be like, oh, there's something that draws your attention a particular way. Which is it's a very important skill to get right in game design. Is this just boxes of food and such? Food and stuff? Can't read that on the floor. Because, yeah. Also, that there would probably be either for scratchers, like scratch card things, or one of the things you used to see as well was these here things. Love a wee cigar. Might actually take one into the office with me tomorrow, because we're going out for a couple of drinks afterwards, because it's my mate's last day in the office, and shortly he won't actually be with the company anymore, because he's going to be going on a year's holiday to New Zealand. Well, no, he's doing 6 months in New Zealand, and then he's gonna do 6 months in South America. And I'm incredibly excited for him. Even if it's also a thing of it's just like, you fucker, that's like my best, like, multiplayer gaming buddy going away for like a whole year. But, you know, fair dues to him. Right, so here's the car. Too banged up to drive. Where's Cheryl? So... there we go. Try that. And that's that done. So this here... Yep, we can't get that, but we need to be looking for this third key. See if it turns out the third key was in the house the entire gosh darn time. I am going to be very unimpressed. Very unimpressed. To the degree that I may say a bad word. You know. I don't generally swear. It's like, I mean, obviously for anyone that knows me, that's like a complete lie. I am one of those people that I have a very good vocabulary, but also at the same time, I just find swearing to be very, very cathartic, you know? It's like throat singing, you know? Sometimes you feel better whenever you do it. Although the throat singing thing for me is largely because then I get to try out different kinds of voices and just have lots of fun with it. But, Kirito, how the heckaroonie are you doing? Are you well? Because you are looking well. Oh, wow. He's panting. That's nifty. It's locked. I have a handgun. Locks are... you know, they're not the big thing. Marvelous me I am. I am very glad to hear that. There is one lock remaining. I am doing very well. I am struggling to find keys in this game. And I am trying to think, because we got the key of the Scarecrow, and we got the key of the Thing, and you can kind of see what looks on the Thing like a, what do you call it? Looks like a Coca-Cola bottle. Keys the bane of one's life. Absolutely, I agree. Personally, I think like we should just have like some kind of chip implanted into our hand that allows us to constantly update whoever our local government administrators and overlords are, of, you know, all kinds of things, such as where we are at any given moment. That'd be an important thing for our government overlords to learn. Nothing unusual. Covered in blood, but the BPM, that is my heart rate. Oh, wrong one. I am wearing a heart rate monitor, which I think I'm going to start doing for more types of games, just so that people can see it's like, oh, hey, he full-on shat his whole pants there. This one was actually really good value. I'll send you a link for it on Discord, because this one I got off Amazon for like $29.99. And obviously you can use it for all kinds of different purposes. I largely use it for streaming, because I do have the chest one that I use for whenever I'm doing any form of strenuous exercise, which is, needless to say, I haven't worn that one in an age and a half. You know, I don't exercise anymore that much, really. Although, with South Africa coming up in a couple of months, where we're going to be walking so much, I should probably get back into the habit of trying to do literally any exercise whatsoever, because we've got so much that we can do. 3 weeks? Oh, yeah. Oh, and kind of, yeah, we're going for 3 weeks. Yeah, it's very exciting and everything. We were just looking at some of the stuff today, trying to figure stuff to do, and one of the things that we saw, it's like one of those, I don't know if you've seen, sort of, you might see around London, they're called like the city sightseeing passes, and they have like the hop-on, hop-off tours, and the one we were looking at actually had the option, there were 3 options. So there was hop on, hop off. There was one that gives you access to a whole pile of different places. The Horned Moon Dance. Yeah, I'm sure the moon makes you horned. York. Quite probably, York is actually a very lovely historical city and everything. Always wanted to go. I actually prefer, like, I prefer the sound of York to London, because, let's be honest, no one has ever based kingdoms off of Londinium or anything like that there. Gondor, on the other hand, there's a reason all the Gondorians sound like they're from York. It's like, right, got to get to Mount Doom. Right, Frodo, just ring in Fire Mountain. Then we'll have proper brews, so we will. I had a friend that was over there studying for a few years in radio. I think he was, well no, I think he worked in the radio station bit at the university. But very, very entertaining fella. He definitely was the kind of person that should be on radio. He just had that sort of, you know, that ability to listen to anyone's story, and he could rephrase stuff in the most funny possible way, or he could, like, he had plenty of his own funny stories. It was also just incredibly comedic fella. So yeah, one of the ones that you were just like, yeah, it tracks that you would do well on, like, the university radio station, but never actually went over while he was studying. And I lost contact with all the ones from around that time, because while we were chatting to everyone and everything, this whole big thing happened that, you know, was a global pandemic, kind of shut everything down. But I do love... I didn't like the Hobbit films being perfectly honest. But this is going to sound even more heretical to so many people. They're going to be like, hey, so you didn't like the Hobbit films? And then it's like, yeah, I didn't really enjoy the Hobbit films. I felt they overexpanded on a lot of different points, and a lot of it felt like fillers. I wasn't that keen on the characters they invented for the film and all, and the subplots I thought were eh. Whereas Lord of the Rings, I would say, absolutely fantastic movie series. I would watch the extended editions back to back if I was offered. But I also, for the most part, liked Rings of Power. Good childish comedy. Yeah, you can get that there sort of thing. Rings of Power, I liked a lot of the bits where it sort of expanded on. I mean, yes, it took creative liberties with some of the lore and all that there, but it left me going, it's like, this unfollowing, no worries, no worries. Pleasure knowing you, pleasure knowing you. I'll just keep that link to the, keep the link to the heart rate monitor to myself then, shall I? But yeah, I actually enjoyed it, and I have hopes for what's going to be covered in Season 3, because in Season 1 and 2, they keep referring to Greenwood the Great as Greenwood the Great. This means, and I have a thought, this could lead to a really interesting bit where we see it go from Greenwood the Great to what it actually is better known as, Mirkwood. Because Greenwood the Great, after the spiders fled, like Shelob's brood and everything, after they fled like Cirith Ungol and started to send like Nan Dungortheb and everything, it could be a really interesting thing to see that there. To see basically an infestation where most people will be like, oh, well, you know, like obviously the elves are going to be able to hold out and be able to actually, you know, maintain their fortresses, maintain their strongholds, all of that kind of stuff, so the elves will win. Not knowing what we know, which is the only person who ever actually successfully survived the crossing of Nan Dungortheb was Beren. I think it was Beren you called him. Or was it Bevel? I think it was Beren. Beren was the one, I think, that crossed Nan Dungortheb. There was only one person that successfully crossed it in all of the time. I do like the way it's covering some of the Silmarillion. The thing I'm not keen on is that inside, right, inside the Moria, inside the Mines of Moria, excuse me, they have the little bit where the girl has, what do you call her? The dwarven, is it? It's Durin's, but I can't remember the name of Durin's wife. I can't remember her name, but I remember the actress. She's the Stone Singer one. She has seen something moving in the water inside the Mines of Moria. We can take this with a reasonable degree of accuracy to mean she has seen the Watcher in the water. However, the Watcher in the water is not inside Moria, it is outside. So does that mean it eventually, after all of the stuff is sealed off, it eventually is going to go, hey, so I'm going to chill out outside. I'm going to chill out in the pond outside. And it might do this for a variety of reasons. So I guess originally I was a little bit annoyed because I was just like, excuse me, it lives outside of Moria. But maybe after a certain point, it's like, hey, so as a result of its depleted food sources from inside Moria, maybe that's why. So, the bits that are taking place in the show, this is before the Fellowship have entered the mines. Because the Balrog that is known as Durin's Bane, I believe was responsible for the destruction of Moria. Or, not the destruction, I guess the depopulation of Moria around the time of Durin the Sixth. I think we have Durin the Fourth in the show. Durin the Fourth is the young one. So there's still like a whole 2 generations of Durins that I believe are going to need to be covered. Where the frickety frack is this key? I am literally just running around. This has turned into a talk show where I try and find items. This is the thing that frustrates me about the likes of Silent Hill. Objective conveyance. But then again, maybe... Well, we got that there going on. I've spent so much time running. Maybe I shouldn't necessarily have been running. Maybe I should be walking to keep an eye on certain things. Do you have anything? Sorry, doggo. What about... Okay, that's not an alley. Right. So I think the Fellowship... I don't even think the Fellowship are going to be for another, like, 200... Yeah, that whole thing, the orcs having families, I took great exception with that, because even Tolkien himself was just like, the reason we didn't bother talking about the orcs having families, despite the fact he would allocate 12 pages to talking about a chair, the reason he didn't want to talk about the orcish families and everything for that there was because he wanted them to be the anonymous evil. He wanted them to be this force that existed, that was... Yes, it existed, and you could tell there was a social hierarchy and everything for it, but it was meant to be not discussed, really. It was this evil that just existed, and you weren't told about it. You weren't told about all of the evil that there was and how this interacted with that and all, because it was meant to just be this perpetuating thing. It was an allegory for, well, at least I view it as an allegory for any hostile combatant force during a period of great unrest and war. You don't think about them as entities that have families. You're intended to think about them only as aggressors, opponents, things like that. So the whole thing, it was just like, oh, there's an orc baby and all. I was just like, I don't need to know about how they come about. I don't, because I don't care. What I care about is, do they present a fierce and feasible enemy combatant? You know, like Lurtz. Lurtz, for example. You cared about, not because he was just like, I am an orc. I am a big orc, and I care so much about all of the other orcs. It's like, no. You cared about him because he was intimidating. He killed a member of the Fellowship. He was also meant to be quite difficult to take down, although that didn't really get translated across, because if I remember right... Whoop. Okay, right. Oh, no. Okay, so that's not going to work. I need something quicker. Yeah, I didn't think there was a need for them to be more humanized or anything like that. My thought was just like, hey, these are the anonymous, faceless evil. They were, yeah, exactly. They were essentially, at the time, only there to serve a singular purpose, like the Uruk-hai whenever they were made in Isengard. Their purpose was largely, by that period, just to be war machines. That's like saying it's like, hey, this is my catapult. My catapult's name is Greg. It likes sausage rolls. This is why we always make sure before we load the catapult, we make a sacrifice of Greg's sausage rolls. You know? You don't need to personify something like that, you know? It's an anonymous evil. It's not meant to be personified. It's nothing like that. Why would you waste your time with it all? Okay, this is... There we go, come on. Yeah, Galadriel, yeah. Galadriel, I don't think, was a combatant. She wasn't a general or anything like that. She was a wise woman, if I remember correctly. So let her be a wise woman. The whole thing of her being a general, like, they literally make her a general. And it's like, yeah, she's doing all of these things, and it's just like, okay, so you've got this character doing all of these things because it makes sense for your story. But how are they going to reconcile that with who she is in Lothlorien by the time of Fellowship? Like, how are they going to rectify that? Because her character is diametrically opposed. You know, the Galadriel in the show is not the same as the one you see in the movie. It's too different. It's not like... I think some of the changes that were made for the purpose of the show should not have been made. It shouldn't have been done in that fashion. Nothing useful? Yeah, I'm trying to... Hey, there we go. I think we're going to have to call it here for the evening. I'm going to look up for next week where the location of that key is. Well, let's have a look and see who's online. Because I have a little bit of other stuff that I have to do this evening before bed. Not just limited to some of the bits. Hey, no, don't worry about it, don't worry. It's a bit of a short stream tonight, only doing an hour and a half. Tomorrow we're back on with other stuff where we're going to be playing. I can't remember, but I believe... Yes, tomorrow looks to be... Yep, Aliens Dark Descent, which I have downloaded. I tell you who is live, however, is the wonderful, wonderful human being that is Kino Leo. So, we're going to head on over. Ooh, you picked up a Focusrite Scarlet. Handy. They are nice wee ones. They do pretty good for the job that you need them to do. I'm, at the minute though, it's quite funny because the Focusrite Scarlet, I think you paid, probably I'm guessing you paid around about the region of maybe £150 for it, maybe £200 or something, which is more than I paid for the Behringer XMC 1820, which has 8 inputs and 10 outputs. Cheaper? Okay, that's good. Because I paid 120 and got 8 inputs and 12 outputs. So I'm very happy with that. I need to rejig some of my stuff actually. No, 8 in, 10 out. And if I wanted, I could hook it up via ADAT to another one. So I could have 18 inputs and 20 outputs. But I don't think I need that much yet. When I have my own house and have a drum kit and everything, then we'll see. Because I'll probably need all that there just to mic up. I'll probably need an entire interface on its own just to mic up the drums, let's be honest. But for the meantime, we're going to head on over to Kino. I shall catch y'all on the flippity flop guitar pedal for distortion and playing through the Scarlet. If you like genty tones, TC Electronic, get yourself the Fangs Metal Distortion. I will send some samples of how it sounds just running live into the thing. I will send you some samples when I get a chance later. But meantime, take care.